can.
We gave feedback on about 200 of those.
Yeah, just do as much as you can. Like, don't just put your brief up there and have people submit and expect them to know what to do next. I mean, you have to be communicating back and forth with these people to really lead them in the way that you want them to go. And that's, to me, that's where the critical part of 99 Designs comes in, is the feedback element.
And also general feedback. I gave general feedback, hey, kind of overwhelmed by the amount of designs that we're getting. Here's what I like. Here's what I don't like. So if I haven't gotten back to you, I'm going to. But until then, here's what we like. So yeah, timeliness is huge. You've only got 4 days initially to pick from the huge pool of people. Then you narrow it down. We narrow it down to 5 designers, and we're working with them now to get the final red logo. And that's a 3-day process. And then you do what they call a handover, where the guy gets paid, because you don't own the logo and the copyright to it, and the intellectual property involved until you've actually paid. Then that's like the final day.
And also what we do that we didn't mention was 99 Designs has non-guaranteed contest and guaranteed contest. And non-guaranteed means you can go through this whole process, and if you don't find a design that you like from any of these designers, you don't have to pay the money. And guaranteed contest, and you can switch them during the contest, but guaranteed means you will find a design and you will end up paying the money. And what we do that I think is really effective is kind of go in with it non-guaranteed, and we wait for a logo, in our case, to come in that seems like, okay, we could work with this. If worse comes to worse, if nothing better comes in, like, we'll work with this. And
it
then
shows the brief is clear, basically. It shows that we've done a good example of showing what it is that we need.
Exactly. And then in a day or two, we guarantee it. And that way, more people, they feel confident submitting to your contest because somebody's actually going to win. More people are going to be interested in it because somebody's going to win. So you're going to get a lot more there. But I would say go in unguaranteeing it and then wait a day or so, find some designs that you like, make sure you're being clear, and then guarantee it so that your designers are happy and you're happy and everyone's good.
Yeah, I'd say do that within the first day. Let them know, just fly the flag that you're serious, because these guys are all working on spec. There are a lot of guys that it's not unlike a lot of business people online. They say they're in business, but they're not really. Let them know that you're willing to invest in the business. You can also, if you're not getting what you need, you can up the ante. We could put more money down if we needed to. If we're not getting the designs we want, well, just throw more money at it, and that's possible. Now, I've done that in the past. I don't really do that now. What I'll probably do is do a second contest with a different brief, because if you're not getting what you want, it could be you, it could be the brief, it could be that sometimes a contest just loses steam. But if you're clear on the brief, if you're giving good feedback, if you're guaranteeing, those are the ways that you get the most designs. And the most designs aren't necessarily, that doesn't mean like it's the best contest, but to me, you know, I like having options to choose from.
It's kind of like the more the merrier on there. You know, you just get more people's input and perspective, and I like it.
Yeah. So any mistakes, Laurel, that you haven't really made mistakes, because the first time you used 99 Designs, I think I referred it to you, and I'd already made the mistakes for you.
Yeah, well, I told you I wanted to use it, and you said, well, you know, I've made so many mistakes. Let me help you out with your thing. I think for me, what was really helpful was having so many designs coming at you, you just kind of, your eyes start to glaze over and you don't know good from bad. By the end of this, you're like, oh my gosh, I like these and I don't know anymore. I think it's really helpful to get feedback from someone else, maybe a mentor or your business coach or something like that, somebody who's invested in you and your business. And that was really helpful. And that's a big way that you helped me, David, as I had all these designs coming in and they just all start to blur together when you have 500 designs. Yeah,
because a lot of them are similar. I know for the Red Podcast logo, they were very, I would have to say, what's the difference between these two? We'd have to do what they call an A-B, look at them back and forth.
Yeah. and couldn't figure it out.
We'd say, oh, it's this little triangle.
It's like a little shadow.
Yeah.
And so that was really helpful to have you come in, and I'm like, well, these are the ones, that I might like. And you kind of turned me on to a logo. This was for my health coaching business years ago. You kind of turned me on to a logo that I didn't really see the value in until you're like, hey, you could use it like this. And that was really helpful. So if you are getting overwhelmed, just reach out to somebody who can help you look at those and maybe have a different perspective, someone who's not overwhelmed.
I will say this, that I don't believe in doing that just to the general population. Your competition, not to scare the bejeebies out of everybody, but your competition is likely watching you. And I know there's a lot of what I would call sabotage within the online business community. I see it happening all the time on the free forums that anybody can get to, such as Warrior Forum. There's a lot of misinformation. I know there's people that are trying to mislead you to get you away from the cookies, if you will. They'll tell you the exact opposite. So, oh, no, this isn't working. You need to try this, when they see something that actually is working on there, but they don't want people to know about it. Same thing with logos. There are a lot of people, if you've got competition that might be working on a similar book or similar podcast or similar project, they're going to try to make you pick the worst logo just because it gives them a competitive advantage. So just be aware of that. Don't get too paranoid about it, but
hide your cookies. That's what I do to you.
Yeah, be aware that it happens.
Yeah, when we have
hide the good stuff. If you get good stuff, you shouldn't be. Here's another thing. I see a lot of people just get out there and they're not sure about what the domain name is going to be, or the name of the podcast, maybe if they're getting some podcast art done or book. You need to make sure you've got your domains and things in order. Don't go to 99Designs with your idea, your product name, without having the domain name secured or anything that you could possibly lose.
I don't know. You're scaring me, David.
Well, it's a scary thing. I mean, everybody's watching your contest. I've got actually 4 99Designs accounts, and that's what we do. I don't put it under my name. I put them under other people's names, because you've got people that are watching you. And that's how it works with online business. Everything is out there. All your AdWords campaigns are out there. All your copy from your autoresponders. And that's maybe something for us to get into on another episode. I don't know if enough people realize this, how many people are they're watching what you do.
I don't know if I necessarily agree. I mean, if you're kind of getting into a new business and you're a small player, I don't think a lot of people are watching you. I do agree that don't post it everywhere. Don't go post it on all these forums or anything and say, which logo do you like or anything like that.
No, but think of it like this, though, Laurel. If we're looking
not paranoid,
at getting into a business, one of the things that we do is we'll look for a magazine. So say we're looking in the make money niche, which we don't really deal in that. We are a marketing company, though, and we deal with marketing things, which is kind of make money, right? We would look at Entrepreneur Magazine, Success Magazine, Business Opportunity Magazine, and you find the ads that are running continuously. That way you know which is working and which is not, because the ones that aren't working, they're not going to keep running them, right? Same thing with AdWords, and analysis is really something that can be beneficial to you. So just be aware that you might be being analyzed.
Yeah.
But that's probably another discussion. Not to get everybody paranoid. It's not worth trying to do the blind contest for. It's not worth trying to do NDA. That's the kind of thing that's going to slow you down. But at the same time, don't go throwing your different logos out there.
Fair enough.
Not until you're ready to use it.
Not until you're ready to launch it. Yeah. I'm with
so
you.
I think the big takeaway is, if you're ready to put in the work, 99Designs is great. It's one of those things. It's probably like a woman getting on an online dating site with a really hot picture. You're going to be overwhelmed by people trying to get your attention, and sometimes a lot of the stuff can slip through the cracks if you don't watch it. If you're going to get on 99Designs, be ready for the next 4 to 7 days to be giving feedback. And keep in mind, it is a worldwide site, so it's going to go on 24 hours a day, not just the 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever you work during the day. It's 24 hours a day for the next 4 to 7 days. Be ready to give feedback, but if you're willing to put in the work, you're not just getting a good deal here financially, but you are going to have to invest beyond the money to get that design. If you're willing to do it, you'll walk out of there with something really good. Some of the best designers, the top designer that I've used for probably I bet I've used her for 30 different projects, and I'm talking big projects, book covers, album covers, logos. I found her through 99 Designs. You can find some incredible talent there. The only thing that I don't use her for is logos, which is why we're on there now.
Awesome. Well, good. I'm ready to do another project on there.
It's very exciting.
It's so exciting. It's like every morning for 4 days you wake up, it's like Christmas with all these different designs on there. So it's a fun process, I think, to go through.
I think it's cool to see somebody's interpretation of your vision. Mm-hmm. And if you're up for that, if nothing else, that will give you some ideas. Like, well, maybe. And sometimes, like, we had some logos. I think this is a great thing to end on. We're like, ooh, wow, that would be like a great tagline because of what they did with the design, or that would be a great domain that we could use. So speaking of domains, redpodcast.com is the domain. That will take you to the website. If you've got questions, something that you want us to cover in a future episode of this, we are happy to take care of those through the website.
Yeah.
redpodcast.com.
Or if you have any questions on the 99 Design stuff, reach out as well.
Yeah, we'd actually love to see your stuff. If
we'll
I haven't
rate
scared the bejeebies out
I
of
know.
you. Yeah,
David
we'll look
will
at it.
steal it from you.
Yeah.
He's watching you now.
It's worth saying that, my personal blog, if you want to see some examples of 99 Designs, bigboldimpact.com, that logo that's on there right now at the top that looks like an explosion kind of, that came from 99 Designs. There's some fantastic designers on there, some amazing people, and I'd be happy to refer you to the people that I've had luck with if you want to approach them directly through 99 Designs.
Awesome stuff.
So see you on the next episode. Laurel, thank you once again. redpodcast.com is the website.
Thanks, David.